Governments in their second term usually lose momentum. But what is clear from tonight is that the momentum is with the Jamaica Labour Party. The momentum is obviously born of hard work, but it is also born of the relevance of the policies of the party. It is born of the legitimacy of the government. It is clear that the people of Jamaica, regardless of their political persuasion, have to agree that the Jamaica Labour Party is a performing government, a government that has delivered. We have been able to deliver for the people because we are a party that believes in hard work. We believe that by the sweat of our brow we shall eat bread. That is the ethic of our party. But we are not ashamed or afraid to say that we are a party that believes in God Almighty, and we get down on our knees and we ask God to give us the strength to carry on for the people of Jamaica and to bless every endeavor that we have undertaken. And tonight I want to thank God for giving us the energy to continue and giving us the vision and the foresight to see the plan through for the people of the country. I give God the glory for tonight.
You make me stronger. Oh, come on, say. You make me stronger.
I want to thank God for my family, my wife Juliet and my two sons, and my mother is also here with us today. My sisters are here with me, and I know that my father is watching somewhere in St. Elizabeth, and I have had the privilege of working with some of the best Jamaicans, some of the most caring, some of the smartest Jamaicans who have served Jamaica, my Jamaica Labour Party family and the cabinet that they have formed. I want to tell them thanks as well.
Family, I me say family. Sure. If I want to me hate a fern killer, you no believe in a fern killer. Family.
And I want to thank you, my family. You are my family. The struggles that you have gone through or are going through, I have gone through them, and I am going through them with you. It is not by mistake or by a courtesy that when I walk among the people, the elderly hold me and them say, my son. People my age say, my brother. And the young people them say, uncle. That is because they know they can identify with me as I identify with them. They know that I have never taken my eyes off the important things that affect them. They know that. And they know that if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And if I change my mind and say I'm not going to do it, I'll come and tell you I'm not going to do it. And so the people have brought their dreams, their hopes and aspirations to me and my government because they see that we have performed and that we can deliver. They see it. They see that some of the most intractable problems in the history of Jamaica, this government has taken them on and has transformed them. Take crime, for example. When I was a much younger boy, I was coming home from work with my mother. My mother used to work at the NIS office in Spanish Town. And I would walk home with her from Spanish Town to Ensom City. Those of you who know the distance, a few miles of walking. And we reach a point where some gunshots start to fire. This was coming up to the 1980 election. And I'll never forget it. Myself and my mother, we had to run and duck. You remember that moment? And it stuck in my mind that Jamaica should not be a place of violence. It shouldn't be. It should never be. Because we are such a peaceful people. We are such a loving people. We are known for our hospitality. But this kind of violence has crept into our culture. Today, I heard the sad news of a policeman and his family who was attacked and his wife killed, and I want to send my condolence to that family. I know that the police high command is working on that case, and I have no doubt that those persons who committed that heinous act, that they will see justice, and swiftly. The murder rate went above 1,000 in the 1990s under the PNP, and it has stayed there since. It is this administration that will bring the murder rate below 1,000. In fact, we are targeting to go as low as 800 or even lower. And we have not done it just this year. We have been bringing down the murder rate for the last 3 years. And we intend to make Jamaica the most peaceful country in this region. And we know we can do it, and we will do it. I was in Westmoreland recently, and as I walked and I spoke to some of the people there, they tell me, thanks, Prime Minister. Thank you. You have dealt with the gangs, and things have been peaceful. I was in Central Kingston, and the residents tell me, Prime Minister, thank you. Peaceful in my community. Housing. As I walk the communities and I go into some of the homes, I see the conditions. Some people not living anywhere, and I want all of you to know this. I was born in Spanish Town at 56 Cumberland Road in a board house with my great-grandmother, and I moved from my great-grandmother. I live with my mother, then I go back to live with my grandmother until my mother got an NHT house. I know personally the struggles for housing that this nation has gone through. I am intimately aware of it, and that is why we have targeted to build 70,000 new houses in Jamaica, and we have programmed that 70,000 houses, well programmed. The NHT has already programmed 50,000 of that, and the HAJ and the new social housing program, in addition to what we are building in Bernard Lodge, will complete the commitment of 70,000 new houses. Tonight, I repeat the further commitment that our next government will put in train another 60,000 new housing solutions for the people of Jamaica. The objective is to increase the supply of housing so that the price of houses can stabilize and get cheaper. That is the real challenge. This administration has unlocked the secret of doing that. We are doing it under the NHT. We are doing it with our new developments, such as in Bernard Lodge. And we have recently announced a massive new development which will take place in Innswood, which will see 10,000 houses under the Greater Innswood Development Area. We will also launch an expansion of social housing in Jamaica. We are going to be using building systems, prefabricated houses that we can come and just place on the lots that people have to help those persons who are living in dilapidated homes so that you can get access to better quality housing more quickly. We have now perfected the new social housing program. We are going to go one step further as we have started to now deal with the big yards and tenement yards. I know many of you are here, live in big yard and tenement yard, one little space with all 10 houses in it. We will change that in our next term. That is not a promise. That is a commitment, because we have studied the problem, we have put the systems in place, we know what to do, and we have the financing targeted for it. I want to talk a little bit about public transportation. Again, I used to have to take the taxi and bus to school. Sometimes I couldn't bother because you couldn't get it. Sometimes the taxi man don't want to take you. So I used to walk to school, and I didn't mind. When I started at university, myself and my wife Juliet will tell you that we used to take the bus. That time it was 250,000 bus, right? It's from Spanish Town to university. We know the Jamaican struggle. No gold spoon, no privilege, no tapanaris. And that is why we make policy for the benefit of the people, because we know what the people go through. This is not something that we read in textbook. That is why we have made the investment in improving the JUTC. the JUTC is now the most efficient it has ever been. We are approaching close to $1 billion of savings in the JUTC. Want you to understand this. When we get efficiency gains from good government, what we do is we give it over to the people. Some of that we will be using, as we have done, to purchase the school buses, to roll out the school bus program. But here's what we're going to do. Come January, come September, rather, when the new school term starts, we will give free transportation to all school children, from September to October. And this will also include all tertiary students with ID will be able to utilize the JUT services free of cost for 2 months. I'm going to come back to the reasoning behind that. But we have more buses to come. So you are going to have a first world public transportation system that will get you to work on time and in comfort and affordably. This is a part of our productivity thrust. If you want people to be productive, get them to work on time, get them to work in a good frame of mind, and take away the worry about cost of living, which transportation is a major part of cost of living. Now, an area in which I would wish we would have done more is garbage collection, public sanitation. I am not pleased with how my country looks. I'm not pleased. But we have done quite a bit. In fact, we have done more than the previous government. We have refleeted the NSWMA with over 100 new vehicles, including tipper trucks and crane trucks, and we have more trucks coming. But that is not going to be the major solution for keeping our country clean. In our next term, we will start by engaging a public-private partnership with the private sector to increase the number of garbage collection units that we have right across the island. It will be contracted out in a significant way, which will ensure that every community in Jamaica will have regular garbage collection services. We will build a new sanitary landfill. We have already identified where that will be, and we have done the work on that. And we will decommission Riverton City as a dump as it is. We will work with the communities that are in and around Riverton City, and eventually Riverton City will become the next frontier for economic development in Kingston. If we are able to do that, decommission Riverton City, clear it up, take off the rubbish off it, and make those lands available. It will take time. But if we do that, we immediately improve the health of the people of Kingston, because that, I hate to call it a dump, but it's not a landfill, it's not a properly managed area. But the toxin that releases every time there is a fire, and generally has a general impact. And just by doing that, we can improve the health of the people. But the big thing that we're going to do is to introduce a massive program of recycling of waste, which will include the separation of garbage and to turn waste into energy. This is not a promise. This is something that we have already studied, we have already done, and we will start to implement in the 3 phases I've mentioned. 1 is the public-private partnership for the collection of public municipal waste. 2, the building of a new sanitary landfill. And 3, the construction of a new waste-to-energy plant, which will create a demand for waste to be converted into energy. What that means is that your plastic will have value, because the plastic will become the fuel for the new energy plant. And that is something that we have already committed to, and we will put in place in the new government. We will make Jamaica clean as a whistle. I also want to talk to our young people, because as I surveyed this crowd, they have drones flying over, and I'm looking at the footage. And there is a lot of young people in the crowd. In fact, there are more young people in the crowd than I had expected. Majority of the crowd is young people. And I want you to be assured that this is the party for you. We are the party that is best for young people. Young people want, my friend, thank you. Young people want opportunity. They want education. They want employment. They want access to start their own business, whether it is in the creative enterprises or in manufacturing or in agriculture. They want opportunity. And so we have started to repurpose HEART to focus on providing our young people with not just skills, but with the opportunities to convert those skills into economic benefit. The PNP promised a program called JEEP. It was called the Jamaica Emergency Employment Program. I don't know if you remember that. The JEEP program was supposed to provide quick employment, especially to young people, but it's really what you call crash work. Nothing wrong with crash work, it stop a gap. That is when unemployment was in the 13%. When we came in, we didn't promise any such program. What we gave was a program called the HOPE program. And under the HOPE program, we took 20,000 youngsters and we trained them in work-ready skills. And it always gives me so much pride when I meet them. Recently, I met one young lady who said, "Prime Minister, you don't remember me?" Well, I can't remember 1 out of 20,000, but she said, "You came to where I was training. I was learning to stitch and sew." And she says, "I now have that skill. I do my training, my stitching and my dressmaking. But you know what? The other skills that I have learned, I am now a travel agent." Today, Jamaica has the lowest unemployment rate in its history of 3.3%. I want to draw an analogy. Someone sent me a note, and I just want to point out that note. We are just reaching 3.3%. We have never been 3.3% unemployment in Jamaica. In 1978, Singapore, listen to me good now. Singapore is a country the size of the parish of St. James. It has currently about 5 million people. Jamaica has about 2.8 million people. Back then, its population would have been the size of Jamaica now. In 1978, 47 years ago, Singapore had an unemployment rate of 3.3%. In other words, 47 years ago, Singapore had the unemployment rate that we have now. Singapore's unemployment rate is much lower now. But you know what Singapore's per capita income is? Somewhere in the region of about $60,000 US. That means everybody who stand up here, who is of working age, their average income is about $60,000 US. Our per capita GDP, our per capita income is somewhere about $7,000 US. For us to get to $60,000 US, it means that we have to keep our people employed for the next 47 years going forward. It means that you have to have an economy that is working, an economy that is properly run. You cannot take any risk with the economy. The PNP has never run the economy of this country well, and if they ever get a chance on this economy, they will destroy it as they have done every time they have run this country. Listen to me very carefully. Jamaica needs to stay on this path for the longest time, so that all of you here, you might not be satisfied with the job that you have, but how development starts, it starts with you getting an income, and you stay with that income, and you build with that income, and you save with that income, and you improve yourself till you get a better job, and the economy does better, and you do better. That is how development happens. We are just getting there now. And if it is one thing that I must do,